Greetings ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to Avenny's Game Room.
Right, just before I get into the video, I'll do a brief channel update at the end. For now though, I'll just carry on, I think. Right, I know my channel's mostly retro focused, but I'm a gamer at the end of the day, so I'm going to cover something that's probably quite controversial. Maybe it's not, I don't know. And that's the decline of the gaming industry. I mean, we know how sort of corporate greed, microtransactions, psychological manipulation, predatory tactics, everything. They're using all sorts of stuff to basically steal money from you. And at the end of the day, that's affecting creativity and innovation. Then you've also got the impact of woke ideology, feminism, identity politics, just everything that's infesting games at the moment. And then I'll briefly sort of cover why I think retro games is the way to go. Right, so corporate greed and the rise of microtransactions. Many games are just loaded with them. In-game purchases, gotcha mechanics, loot boxes, virtual currencies that basically encourage players to spend more money than you realise. And practices like this have basically led to the exploitation of players, especially adults and children with low impulse control. And this drive for profit overshadows the quality of the games, to be honest, because developers they prioritise monetization strategies over gameplay and storytelling and things like that. Then obviously psychological manipulation, predatory tactics in gaming that they're using is they're getting psychologists to use behavioural psychology to keep players engaged and encourage you to spend money. They tend to prey on players, particularly children and adults, like I said, with low impulse control. And this is kind of where the line between entertainment and exploitation becomes a bit blurred. And yeah, the game industry it's crossing ethical boundaries, I think, in my opinion. Now, these practices are definitely affecting innovation and creativity. We all know that. And it seems like this relentless pursuit of profit stifles creativity, and developers tend to become risk averse, sticking to sort of tried and tested formulas of exploitation instead of experimenting with new ideas. Not my mic there. This sort of lack of innovation, it makes games feel like rehashed versions of themselves. Obvious examples of that include things like Call of Duty and FIFA and other games that's basically the same game every year, NHL or whatever it's called, basketball games. Obviously this leads me on to things like pre-orders. Now this is another shady practice I don't really like. Publishers releasing half-assed, unfinished, very buggy games, but you can tend to guarantee that the one part of the game that will definitely work is the cash up. We all know that, and that's usually combined as well with massive day one patches and things. It's not a good situation. Now I think I'll add a bit onto that. I'll touch on woke ideology, intersectional feminism and identity politics in gaming. Woke ideology is becoming a massive problem in modern games. It's essentially overshadowing the core of escapism and storytelling, and this is leading to political agendas creeping into game narratives, character designs. This kind of shift is a blight on the games industry, and hopefully any game that adopts this approach will see losses and won't produce anymore. I mean, I say hopefully, but it's already started to happen. Volition, which is the studio behind one of my favourite franchises, Saints Row, that's already been shut down. I mean, it's not just the gaming industry that's sort of embracing this kind of crap. It's infesting everything. TV and film are suffering from this as well. I'm not going to go into the TV and film stuff too much, but what I will say is this: Doctor Who's dead to me, essentially. It's at the point where any day now I expect them to rename the show, because Who isn't the right pronoun for them. They're going to change it to Dr. Them at some point, I just know they are. Anyway, enough of that rubbish. So essentially, what's the solution to all this? Well, retro games. Retro games, basically, it's a return to the basics, you know, focusing on gameplay, storytelling, the magic of escapism. I mean, if you look back at the past, but if the industry looks back at the past, to be honest, they might discover what made gaming so good in the first place, so captivating. A very good example of this at the moment is Baldur's Gate 3. There's no horrible microtransactions, no FOMO, no psychological manipulation, you know, it's just good old-fashioned storytelling and gameplay. Now, the gaming industry is, put this way, is facing significant challenges from all this corporate greed and the microtransactions and the psychological manipulation to identity politics. But while it's very important to start addressing these issues, I don't think change will happen anytime soon. I mean, people that know me know I'm a no-nonsense kind of person. I tell it like it is. But what I will say is this: if you're purchasing these microtransactions and pre-ordering games and stuff, and you're buying into this crap, then you're part of the problem. You're basically aiding in the death of the games. Now, as a consumer, you have the power to change this. Everybody does. You need to stop putting your hands in your pocket, stop pre-ordering games and buying microtransactions. And when I say microtransactions, I include cosmetic crap in this too. You know, it's just stop. Once game companies realise that you're not going to buy it, they'll stop including it. And unfortunately, I don't think this is going to happen. Like I said, low impulse control, FOMO, you know, gotcha mechanics, whatever. What you need to do is spend your money somewhere else, you know, somewhere where it's going to be appreciated. Indie games, like I said, Baldur's Gate 3, AA games. There's many games out there that embody creativity, innovation, stories, narrative, you know, without including any of this propaganda or manipulation. This is the kind of games that the industry needs, you know, games that are made with passion, that aim to entertain you without pushing the agenda. And one other thing I'll mention, if possible, I know it's getting very hard nowadays, but buy the physical version of the game if you can. That's quite important, because if you don't, it's going to disappear. No, I'm not going to go into that, because this is more about games, physical media, but that's another area which you should spend your money on instead. I think I've covered most of the things I want to. I'm probably not going to cover a lot of it, really, doing that off the cuff, but you know, it's been a while since I've done a video. I'm not, I need to get back into it. I've been streaming too much in the past, but oh, that reminds me, quick channel update. Obviously, I've not done that much on my channel in quite a while. You know, real life shenanigans and health crap, which I'm not really going to go into. But I do have a few more videos that I'm going to make. My channel's never going to be dead. I'll always add to it, regardless of how long the interval between videos is. But I've been working on a BBC video with this setup that I've been doing, which I can't say when it'll come out, but it will come out eventually, I imagine. Anyway, what are your thoughts on the gaming industry? Do you think retro games hold the key to saving the gaming industry like I do? If you think that, put your opinions in the comments at the bottom, and yeah, go from there. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.